Well, hello everybody, I'm Serta, and welcome back to MineMogul. The first episode went pretty well, and it seems that you guys really like this game. So I'm going to carry on playing it for a bit, maybe go all the way. But as you can see, someone in the comments mentioned that too stressful, but it's not really, because you can actually turn machines off. So if I go and interact, I can turn an individual machine off, or do what I've done now, go into the main menu, and turn off all auto miners, and I can turn them all back on again. So that's pretty cool. Gives you a chance to catch up, figure things out when things start going wrong, move things around, rebuild, because you're going to rebuild. There's height, as someone else mentioned. Yes, I did plan on using the height. I just haven't figured out how, and you need to start somewhere. So this is kind of where I'm starting. I need to move things around just a bit, because I have a problem with too much crushed ore coming through. And I'm not sure if I should maybe just leave some machines off. I've got a lot of iron coming in, and it just fills this thing up, it overflows, it spills into this, and causes problems. So we're not getting the maximum amount of income from the stuff that we're making. There's a few tests I want to do with these as well. I figured out that instead of having a whole bunch of things split off, why don't I just split off the things that I want to be split off and change how these baskets work? So that's something I'm going to put some thought into. In terms of the height, everything works at ground level except for the smelter and the crusher. So if I was to put the crusher at a higher level and then drop it out of this port and have this port at the same height as the smelter input, first of all, it would get the crushers out of the way, get a few belts out of the way, but also I wouldn't have to have so many ramps. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Today, I want to increase this. I have bought a roller and a polisher. We have some quests to do, so I've got to deposit iron plates that I need the roller for. I need to deposit diamond gems and emerald gems, polished ones. And I need to unlock tickets because there's more research that I'd like to do. Anyway, lots to do. Let's get stuck in. Right, so one thing I'm going to do right now. Let's go to the research. I have researched this conveyor blocker. The T-junction, I have 2 research tickets available. I'm not going to do the routing conveyor. I'm going to do the T-junction conveyor because I'd like to get to splitters and mergers. So that one, I'm going to unlock that research. I have 1 ticket left, and I'm not going to use it on anything because I really do want to get down here. Next, I am going to move this. So I've got my hammer out. I'm just going to take this apart, and we're going to move this back, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and get this to do some kind of a split. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, but I need to go and buy those jobs from the shop first. So let's go in here, T-junction conveyor. So you can press Q to switch between combine mode and split mode. Cool, that sounds good. I'll buy one of those and we'll test it out. That means I might need to break that down. And as usual, I forgot to pick it up, and now we have it. So this is what that, oh, hang on, that is what this little conveyor thing looks like. See if I can get a good position for it. Now I don't want it to do that. I want to rotate it. Then I have to press Q, right? There we go. And then I can rotate that. Good. And then I just need a couple of straight bits and a couple of bends. In fact, what I might do here is just do that over there. Oh, wait, this is not going to do what I want it to do, is it? It's merging. I don't want it to merge. Let's try that again. Q. Yeah, that merges. That splits, but it doesn't split exactly the way I thought it would. That's fine. It's going to require a couple of extra belts. But belts are no problem because I bought a few. I have some in stock. So we'll do this. And I think I'm going to get 1 more of these ledges. If you hold shift, you can buy in bulk. So I don't know if I'm going to get 10 ledges. I'll just get 1. Hopefully I won't need them forever because we now have those mergers and splitters. Okay, and then I'm going to put this in like that. Get some straight bits there and bend like that and like that. Okay, so now hopefully this will be enough. So I have the crushed iron coming in and splitting 2 ways. I don't know if that's going to work. I hope it does. Then down here, I need to bring a smelter in. That will need to go up. So, get rid of this belt. We're going to need some ramps. Bring those in. One there and one there. And then the smelter. And I think I'm going to turn this because it's going to go back and go over the top of those. So put that there. Yep, that looks fine. Have this turn. It's going to make... Oops, wrong place. It's going to make access to this area a little bit tricky. Yeah, I think maybe... Let's just let this go straight on. And then I can raise it up again. You see, the thing about these is the ramps take up so much space. Oh boy, am I going to get the bend in? I am. That was fortunate. I'm not going to get the other one in though. Yeah, that's blocked. Oh, bugger. There's nothing you can do with these stalagmites. They're just here. I wonder if I can get past this. Let's try that. Take that bend out and go with some straight bits. Oh, there we go. And now I can hopefully go around and that way. And now I'm going to take it up one more level like that because it's going to go over the top of those. Cool. And then I'm going to drag this line out all the way over the top of these and I'll have it just drop off over here onto this belt. Oh, look at that. It makes a really nice connection. Okay. So I don't know if that's going to work. It looks good. I do like how these connections underneath work. I was a bit concerned that belts wouldn't be able to go underneath other places, but yeah, looks like when you put a belt through a support, the support changes. So that's flippin' fantastic. Right, I think I am kind of ready, although I would like to get the polishing started as well. So I'm going to need a little sorter conveyor, so I'll pull those in and let's see, how am I going to do this? I'm going to remove one piece of belt over here. And then I'm going to get the sorter and the sorter will go there. Now this one I'm going to use to bring the coal out and that will go in. And it looks like I've finished all my straight conveyors. So off to the shop. Let's get some straight conveyors, hold shift, buy a bunch. I'm definitely going to use them, so may as well. Right, so we stretch this across and that goes into there. Now we are going to get the polisher. Now you'll notice I haven't done the plates yet. I'm still going to work out things on that side. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this one all the way because I might want to put a plate machine in here somewhere. Let's see. I don't know if that's going to work. I mean, I might overshoot the mark and land on the other side. But, yeah, that's fine. Look at those supports. Amazing. And since these are both iron ingots now, I wonder if maybe I shouldn't do a little different. Because we're going to want to send all of these to polishing. So let's take that out. That will stay. This can be a bend. So like that. And that can go in there. And then we need we've got those junction things now. How many did I buy? Oh, hell, I only bought the one. Well, let's go get another. In fact, it looks like we're going to use them. So maybe I'll get a bunch. That's these T-junction conveyors. I'll get 10 and purchase. I mean, cash is not really a problem. Good, I've got those. So if I bring in a bend over here, rotate it into position. I wonder if I can do away with this entire belt. Let's have a look. You know, maybe. I'm going to do away with that belt. I'm going to get the junction, pop it in there, and we're going to do that. No, I want to do that. Oh, heck. Yeah, it doesn't let me do what I want. Okay. Well, we'll go that way then. And then this one, we'll remove that, drop one of these in like that, and then we're going to bring this out. Or do I need to? So if I get the polishing machine, no, it's not the polishing machine that I want. We'll get to that. It's the rolling mill. Yeah, it's not very big. Rotate it. I was to put that there. Yeah, those supports are going through it. That's going to cause a problem. So we'll take it out and we're going to move it to this side. And then let's go and pick up some more of those conveyor ledges. Do I need a conveyor ledge or will this work? That might work. I'm not sure if things are going to get stuck. This is a bit of a problem. This one over here. Yeah, I have no real way of fixing this. Whatever I do, there's going to be a pillar in the way. I don't know. Well, I suppose let's try... Oh, it took the pillar away. Oh, that works. Okay, so things will come out here. Ingots will go in here. They'll be rolled into plates. And, well, I bought some of these roller conveyor ledges. So let's put that in like that. Yeah. Well, that might actually work. Well, we're going to find out. If things fall apart, not a problem. Let's grab this pile of things that I forgot to pick up. Alright, that's cool. We're still going to need to polish this stuff at some point. Yeah, I'll have to work on what I'm going to do there. Anyway, let's turn on all auto miners and see what happens. And here comes the ore. Oh, right, I was going to do one more thing over here. So before things go haywire, I need to get some coal. So we'll grab a piece of coal. And we're also going to need a piece of crushed coal. That's something I've figured out. Crushed coal and coal are not the same thing. So when you're diverting them... wait, hold on. Yeah, the coal is going that way. Yeah, that's why I was getting stuff through that I didn't want. Looking for a small piece of coal? No, that's not it. So I got this big pile of stuff over here. Yeah, that looks like a piece of crushed coal, maybe. Right, I hope it is. Yeah, let's have a look. Actually, those both look the same size. Well, that's fine. And I can always get myself a piece of crushed coal by taking one of these and throwing it through a crusher and being very fast about getting it out. Not that crusher, that's a very busy crusher. You can put it in over here and then grab them off the belt as they come in. There we go. Ah, crud. I spoiled that one. I was a bit too slow. Okay, and now we have crushed coal in the basket. So that means that the gems will come through this way. That, well, look at that. There's a gem. And I'm going to put that on the floor because I'm going to break out a couple of pieces. I think it's a couple. The polisher. Now, we don't want any coal going through the polisher because it makes the polisher dirty. And then things don't get done. So rotate that, pop it in, and we'll grab this polisher. We grab this gem and place it on. And it goes through the polisher and it comes out the other side all pretty. And that should be our first polished emerald gem. Yep, there it is. Done. Let's go and see what's happening over on this side. Yep, things are happening. Do I have a crushed coal? I don't have a crushed coal in here. You know what I'm going to do? I think I have a crusher. There. So I'm going to build this one over here on the side. And then I can safely crush a piece of coal without... Oh, crap. Is that in? It is. There we go. And then I can take this over to that sorter. Just to make sure that there aren't any bits of crushed coal coming through. Because the mine that it's coming out of, this one over here, oh, it delivers crushed copper, not crushed coal. Alright, well, that's also good. Ah, yeah, I see something's going on here. Right. This is not working. So let's, without panicking too much, let's grab all of those. And then that one's going to come out. That will be replaced with one of those. And then I have these other belts. So I'll drop those in and we can put that there and that there. Oh, these don't have bends. Okay, so that's going to be a problem. That's not going to work. So that can come out and this one will go like in there. So those can come out. So this belt will go there. And then I'll need one of those in here. Is that going to work? Oh, it is. That was a bit dodgy, but it worked. Alright, well, that's fine. It worked. So let's grab all of these ones that didn't... Oh, sherbet. Well, I didn't really want to do that. Damn it. Alright. Let's change the mode to... everything, resource filters. Oh wait, hang on. It shouldn't have picked everything up. What the hell? You? I don't want to pick up... What the heck is the difference? Oh, pick up everything or pick up everything that's not filtered. I don't know what the heck that means. Anyway, things are working now. But the Master of Iron quest still requires iron ingots. And it needs 120 of them. So to achieve the objectives of the quest, I'm going to reinstate something like there. Oh, that might not be the best thing to put it on a corner. Yeah, I'll take that out and get myself a straight conveyor in there. And hopefully that works and doesn't slip off. Yeah, that works. It's slightly funky, but it works. Alright. Folks, we're doing good. We're doing the thing. I mean, this isn't the final layout by any stretch of the imagination. I have all this space above me, and I'm already a couple of levels high. And I have all that space over there, and I've got this space over here. I just need to figure out how I want to lay this thing out. Anyway, as I was saying, some of the machines do kick out crushed coal, so you need to filter that out with the coal ore. Otherwise, you have issues. I'm just going to run along here, make sure everything is good. Yep, everything is looking very good at the moment. Money is ticking up, and we've just delivered our first polished diamond. Very good. Funny thing though, that diamond doesn't count towards the Master of Iron quest, so it must be unpolished, in other words. That could be a bit weird. Well, we'll get through the quests. Let's go and see. We are managing, look at that. These two smelters are managing everything now, without an issue. And look how close we can stack the belts together. That's pretty good. And everything works. Well, that's it. So far, so good. I could use more copper production, so maybe I should go and start looking for a little more copper. Let's see what's around the bend over here. I do not know. It looks like there may be copper down here. I see copper over this side. There's a bit of copper there. I'm sure there's got to be a miner in here. Let's go in here. I have... do I have miners? I don't have any miners. Okay, let's take all of these machines out. Put everything back in order so I know what the heck I have. I think I found... Yeah, this is definitely a copper mining spot. Yeah, possibly more. Alright, let's go and buy one. That belt work to squeeze it through there is going to be challenging. Right, machines, auto miner. There's another miner coming. Rapid auto miner. But there you have to change the drill bit. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that. Alright, let's get a couple of miners, purchase those, and pick them up. And then I'll drop them in. And then we can go and have a look at that area and see what we can find. I should be carrying my torch when I go through here. Ooh, it's going to be very tight. Is that something up that way? I don't have scaffolding yet, do I? Or maybe I have something. I should go and check. Alright, if I put a miner in and I select the miner, let's go and see. Okay, there's nothing around this area. Not directly. It looks like there are a couple of spots down here. So this is copper ore, crushed copper, and emerald. This is... Ooh, that's a lot of emerald. Maybe that's a good one. And that's 2.3 emerald, but that's coal. And crushed coal. Don't really need any more coal. Copper ore, crushed copper, and those gems. Yeah, this looks like a good spot for it. So I'll put this miner down, and then I have no idea where I'm going to go with it yet. I just know that I want to get more copper throughput. And I feel like this, I can see light coming through from the other side of that. I can't really get up there. I mean, I could just use conveyor ramps, right? So let's pop a conveyor ramp in there, and maybe we'll just use this if it pans out, alright? Okay, torch back on, jump up here and up there, and where do we come out? Oh, over here. Well, that's not terribly convenient, but because I need to get this over to all the way over here. I mean, it's doable. Wow, I must actually see if I can bring it in from this side rather. It might be a little bit tricky, and it'll close this tunnel up completely if I start putting conveyors in there. Alright, if I have it at this level, looks like I can get everywhere through, but then I will block myself. Can I go higher? No, that is it. Not so sure I like this option. Let's see if there are any other holes that I might have missed. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, actually, you know what? You need to be off. So we'll turn this one off. And then think about how we're going to do this. Is that the outside world up there? Oh, look at that. There's a few more places over here. That gives iron. Yeah, that gives iron. That gives iron. Nothing great, but we could do like a whole smelting area here. But there's nowhere to deliver the items to in this area. It would be okay if we had a second delivery spot. This is not it. This is just a broken down elevator. Well, there's going to be lots of conveyors. Many conveyors. But let's try this. And that's 4 slopes up. Oh, maybe we'll do 5. And then we need to get it... Ooh, that is not right. Yeah, that's the last of my sloped belts. I bring that through here and then this way. and then that way. Yeah, I think I could do that. But I do want to get more belts and more slope belts as well. So we'll head through our tiny little tunnel. And maybe what I can also do while I'm getting those slope belts. Yeah, I'm going to get that. I'll get a bunch more straight ones. Another pack of corners. And then lamp poles. Oh, we do have scaffolding. Oh, well, no, we don't. It's locked. No, we don't have them. We'll get some lamp poles as well. Purchase all of those. And pick them all up. Okay, done. So, back through the hall. Now, there is some natural sort of light in here, but if we turn our lamp off a little bit darker, that's fine. I think I can live with that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have a bit of a problem because when I put this one in, I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to feed that through. You know what? I'll cross that bridge when I get there. That needs to go one higher. So now I can start doing this. And we're going to come across as far as we can. Let's see, where are we going? And then at the last minute, do a little bend, rotate it, and then straight through. And that might actually even get us through that gap. Maybe. If the ceiling doesn't block us. Doesn't look like it's going to. All right, we are here. We are just about to go through. One thing I haven't checked is there a... Oh, there's a mining spot here. Let's see what that gives us. Iron... Nah, that's nothing fantastic. So it looks like we are going to go a little higher. Yep, we can go a little higher. I'm going to put a light over here so I can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to push this through. Ooh, can I do another ramp? Well, the other ramp is in now. And yeah, we look fine. Super. So we'll just continue building this line out. A heck of a line. Ooh, am I going to hit this? I am. Darn it. So we can turn that now. That's good. And straight to about, let's go to here. And then do another bend. Turn down that way. And I think I will ramp it down. Actually, no, I'm going to go straight a little bit before I ramp it down. Come on. Oh, there. Yeah, that's fine. Then I can ramp it down over here. Like that. Then I can hop on this and... use this as a platform to continue building. Straight on. Oh, I'm stuck. Is there a... Ah, there's a crotch. Oh, awesome. Okay, I need to get around the corner. Damn, I got a lot of height here. Do I need to go one more and then turn? Actually, I think I could have put the bend in here. Well, hopefully. Don't want to use too many bends if I don't have to. Rotate that in place and bring that around. And I'm out of straight bits. Damn. Using a lot of straight conveyors, but money is not a problem. I'll just get a bunch of them. There we go. That's 40. Should get us to where we want to go. Alright, and we are back up on this line. Oh man, are we going to run into this rock? That would be very sad. Oh, wait. It looks like we got past it. Awesome. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, that is the one I need to actually take that one out. And then bend in here and feed it straight across over the top of this one. And let's go and see, does that drop onto that belt? It actually does. Awesome. So now I can go back to the other side and switch that miner on. And hopefully everything works. It's a hell of a construction for one miner. But I think we're going to use this belt. So let's do this thing. Turn on. And I'm going to grab all of the stuff that's lying on the ground and dump it on this belt. And that should sort that out, dear. Okay. Everything's away. There's a couple of bits that I could still pick up. Okay, good. That's all going. And it's dropping into the same system that we had, so it should just work. And if we hop up here, we should soon see the very first ones arriving. Unless I messed up the belt somewhere. Which... no, here it comes. There's only one piece. Where's the rest? Oh, here comes some more. Yeah, there we go. Looks like it's coming through now. And then we're just going to go and have a look at how this setup deals with the extra load. I mean, it's only 2 miners. The iron managed to go pretty well with a whole bunch of miners. Anyway, I think I can change this back to plates now. So let's break that out. Put this in and drop that there. And then I can take out this one. Right, there we go. Alright, so now all of our ingots are getting turned into plates. Now we could make more money if we polish those plates. And I will get to that once I've figured out my space a bit more. Still got to get rid of all of this gunk. Oh wait, I'm seeing plates over here. That's not good. Yeah, they kind of fly off the end. I wonder if switching this out would be a better thing. Alright, let's try that. We'll use this one. Yeah, that seems to work better. Yeah, much better. Okay, copper bars, what are you doing? I do need to test something, because we do need to make copper plates. Can I elevate the plate maker? I probably could. So, just for test purposes, I'm going to put a little conveyor setup over here, and then hop into my inventory, and do I not have... I do not have what I need. So, let's hop over here quickly. Machine, I want a rolling mill, and probably another polisher. I'll use it eventually, so we'll purchase that. Now, the rolling mill, I want to see if it can be elevated. Oh, no, it doesn't like that. Ah, is it maybe because of the type of belt? Let's grab that, toss one of these on, and see if we can put that in. No, it does not like being elevated. This wants to be at ground level only. Or maybe we can put it on scaffold later. Okay, so we have a bit of a quandary, but not a big one. Because what I could always do, this machine is putting things through very quickly, and it's sitting for a percentage of time. I could bring those ingots, the copper ingots, down because there aren't many of those coming in. Wait, why aren't there many of those coming in? No, they're coming in. They're just not coming in huge amounts. I could do a little diversion. I wonder if this will work. Let's give it a try. So let that one pass, and then bring this in there. Is that going to land? Oh, no, not quite. Bummer. Well, will the next one land? Ooh, that one sort of landed. It's gonna get... No, it's not moving. Now this one will get held in by the other two. There we go. Oh, that's not working. There we go. Now we got some through. This is not a very effective solution. So I may need to drop this one, ramp it down somewhere. Anyway, let's dump that on. Oh man, I'm clogging things up. Yeah, these things falling like this is just not, it's not working. If I was to, for example, put that over there, and we have one of those, that's where it falls, right? And then I can drop one of those in there, see if that works now. Okay, so that throws it onto there, and boom. Much better. Let's see how this all works out. As long as this doesn't get clogged up, and it might... It's getting a little tight. Ooh, but it's kind of keeping up. Actually, I'm not upset about that at all. It looks like it works. But it might get clogged. It might just get clogged. No, it's working. I'm happy. Good. I can just throw a few things in here that don't belong at the back. Oh, that bar is just sitting there, right? Alright, like I said, I should be polishing these. That means my whole layout here is just terrible. So, to finish the polished gems quest, I'm still waiting for 5 diamond gems. Wow, it's taking a long time. And then the rod extruder, that unlocks eventually, once I've got the diamond gems. So I'm going to have to take the diamonds off that polisher, get rid of that polisher eventually. Heck, I'm not too concerned. It's going pretty well. Nothing's clogging up at the moment. It's all very good. And the money is ticking up like crazy. Alright, diamonds are definitely set to go off. Now, I'm going to have to do some experimenting to see if these sorters will act as a pass-through. So if you can put them one next to each other, that would help compact things a lot. Okay, we've got another emerald coming through. Not a lot of diamonds. I'm sure that they will happen eventually. They're just a little slow. Oh, hello. I think I need to put this in here as well. I didn't have an emerald, and I just saw an emerald on this line. I didn't have an emerald in this basket, so I've actually been losing emeralds. So fix that up. Yeah, I think it would definitely be better to have all the sorting in one place. So just have like a whole bunch of sorters working. Let's do that experiment then. I'll take this down, and I do have... how many sorters do I have? I've got 9. It should be enough to test. So if I put a sorter like this, and I just connect them all together, and then I go and grab... Okay, now the first one, let's just say, for example, I want iron ore to carry on straight. Or no, let's say I want coal to carry on straight. So we have coal, that can carry on straight. I'm going to have an input belt over here, just for fun. I feel like I need to put up a permanent lamp over here, but let's do that. We'll put that up like over. Come on, right there. Yeah, that's a bit better. And I'm going to have to break these all down and rebuild them because I want the outputs to be on this side, so like that. Good. So let's say we want coal to just carry on straight through. So we want iron. We'll grab a piece of iron and stick it in the first basket. And that's the iron. So that means any iron that comes in on this belt should come out over here. And we can add the crushed iron in there as well. Then we want copper to come out on the second belt. Okay. And, well, for now, I mean, just for testing purposes, we want ingots to come out on this one. That means that if I move this stuff and I put it on the belt over here, it's probably all going to fall off, but there. And that does actually pass through. Okay, so there you can see the crushed copper is coming through because I didn't filter it. So we can take the crushed copper and put it into the copper basket like that. And then we should have some crushed iron somewhere. No, we don't. Let's see if I can just grab a piece quickly. There we go. There's the crushed iron. Throw it in the first basket. Right over there. And grab all of this stuff again. And drop it over here. And then let that pass through and... Okay. It's happening. So, wow, you can save a lot of space doing this. Now I just have to figure out where these are going to go. So I'll find a room somewhere. I'm not sure where. Maybe over here. Although this is kind of the end product production area over here. Maybe somewhere on that side, high up, where we've got space high up, where we can just merge all lines, or a couple of lines, bring them in, have a few banks of those sorter conveyors, and just splitting things into the production lines that they need to be in. Yeah, very interesting. And we'll have them high up so that we can drop them into the crushers where they need to be dropped into crushers. And we can send that crushed material down to the lower level or to a lower level into these directly. So the crushers will be higher up. Yeah, I think that can work. I'm just going to have to think about how I'm going to lay it out. This game is very cool. Kind of reminds me a little bit, the graphic style reminds me a little bit of Hydroneer. But I like it. It's very cool. Alright, so the test case was good. Let's break it down. At least I know I can connect them together so I can run one line through a bank of these and get out what I want. Anyway, I do need to clean this mess up. So let's go and dump it. Lots and lots of mess. And there, oh, almost. It's gonna go. One more piece of copper. And that's in, oh, look at that. All tidied up. And the cash is rolling in like crazy. Absolutely brilliant. Alright, we're very close to finishing the polished gems quest. Diamonds are still an issue. But I think I might be able to solve that, the Master of Iron quest, because I'm pretty sure that there are little pieces of diamond lying around that I could go and pick up. Let me just take a walk through the various caves. This place is so big. It's pretty cool though, you can't really get lost. Oh, I wonder, those mine carts, can we move them? No we can't. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, we continue our quest to search for diamonds. I found gold. How far away are we from everything else? Actually, I'm pretty sure that there's a closer gold spot somewhere. In fact, this is gold, and this is my factory. Hey, look at that. Now, that's interesting. I could process gold. I could bring it out and put it onto the same belt as the copper is coming in on, and let that system sort everything. Yeah, that's what I might do, because it's right here, right around the corner. Anyway, that's not the mission at the moment. The mission is to see if I can find any more diamonds lying around. Ah, I think I've finally found some. There we go. That's only going to be 2, though. Oh, it's all 3. Perfect. Now, these are not getting polished. I'm just going to literally... Oh, hello. I've taken some more stuff out. Head back to our spot. And I'm just picking up stuff along the way. Right, and these... Oh, jeepers. These I'm just going to drop straight in. Those will be the 3 that I need. Should be the 3 that I need. Yep, there we go. We've got the rod extruder available. So I need to purchase one of those. There it is. And then the pipe roller is the next one for 14,000. So the rod extruder, we'll take that. Extrudes ingots into rods, and this bends 2 plates into a pipe. Cool. So we'll purchase that. So we've done that now. And now they want us to deposit an iron rod. And they want 60 of them. Well, we're going to have to get into that once I figured out how I'm going to run the rest of the stuff. This whole area is getting a bit too small. But money-wise, I'm doing fine. I have an extra diamond over here that I could use. No, I need that. I'm going to need that sometime. So this is the rod extruder. It also doesn't like being elevated. Wait, it also doesn't like being... Oh, there we go. On the ground. And that takes an ingot. So let's see if I can grab an ingot. I want that one. And we can go and drop this in right there. And we get a rod out. Okay. Now the question is, if I polish the ingots, does everything else after that come out clean? That I don't know. Because I haven't polished any ingots. This whole system's going to need to change up a spot. I'm going to have to take this out and replace it with the polisher. Yeah, I'm going to make a mess. That's okay. Let's get the polisher in. Okay, so it's going to make a little mess. That's fine. I'm going to put the polisher in. Get that rotated like that. And then I'm going to double back with the roller. So like this. Ooh, actually, maybe not. Put that in over there. Belts. Oh, wait a minute. This is wrong. I do need to double back. So if I put this over here, and then I need those other belts, these ones, and this one will go like that. I'm messing this up so bad. Okay, let's allow this mess to get cleaned up at least. We'll put the ingots through. And I'm putting belts in these ones, these rollers. They're not terribly easy to deal with. So that will go in there. That will drop out. And I'm going to need to bring that around into another machine. This would be way better in a straight line. Yeah, polisher to... We're getting any backup? No, we're not. Although, that's not good. I wonder if this wouldn't just be better as a normal belt. Yeah, that works a lot better. Okay, so that's sorted. Alright, now this one does need rollers, and I am short of a few pieces, so we'll hop in here. Conveyors. We've got a conveyor blocker that I'm not really interested in buying. I'm going to need a bunch of these, so I'll get that and purchase. Be sure to collect them. Okay, so this is going to output onto this belt. Now, if I put one of these ramps in here, will that still work? Don't know. This is an inconvenience right now. We're going to do a test. So if I put this one in there, I don't know if that's going to work. I think everything's going to get jammed up in there. So drop that on there. That goes through. Well, it does kind of work. So if I rotate this, put it over here, and then that other machine, the rod extruder. Oh, it works. It works, sort of. I need to rotate it. And this looks like it also takes a regular belt. Maybe that's the play here. Although it's bringing through... Wait, hang on. The rod extruder doesn't need plates. It needs ingots, doesn't it? So what if I put a plate through the rod extruder? Let's see what happens. Yep. It doesn't go in because it doesn't take plates. So the plates have still got to be on their own line. In other words, we need to split the ingots after they've come out of here. Man, I need to think. Right, I'm turning off all the auto miners so that I can think. Yeah, these don't go through because it's not supposed to be plates, it's supposed to be ingots. And I don't have a lot of space to play with over on this side. Okay, we'll just clean all of this up. Oh my word, I'm dropping so much mess. Alright, it's a bit better. But yes, the answer to that question was yes, if you clean the ingots, if you polish the ingots, then all the other stuff after it that you make with those ingots are polished. Nifty. And now because we don't need these belts necessarily, I'm going to take those out and put that in. This is going to be a merger. So put the belt out, get rid of that piece. Oh, there's still stuff coming through. Oops. This one is going to be like that. And then this piece over here can just go in there. That'll merge them. But now some of them are going to get pushed out that way. I don't want that. Oh, gosh, really? This is a splitter, isn't it? Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, that splits. Well, actually, you know, what the heck am I doing? I don't need that there. I just need a bend. Oh, yeah, that not... Or, hang on. Bear with me here. If I change this to merge... Ah, yes, there we go. That's what I wanted. And then I can get rid of this. His brain's not working good. That looks much neater. Now, if I can fix this up and bring this down a little bit better, I could make this work better than it is now. But that's fine. That works. Okay, so we're going to have the ingots come through. They can turn on a dime because they don't need to be on one of these belts. So I'll take that out and that and that and that. Now we do need space over here because we've got this silly piece because of that. Unless I take that out and then I can take that out. Get rid of that. Now if I was able to put in a splitter somewhere... Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to sell. Like if I was going to do something like that, throw this around this way, get a corner in there and a corner in there. Why? I have a feeling this isn't going to work so well. And I've cleaned everything up, so I can't even test it. Okay, so the polished ingots come through here. They get split that way, and they go into this machine. And then the other side goes that way. That can go into this machine. I might need to replace belts, but that's now going to block things over on this side again. I actually needed to have the splitter up here, and these would need to move one further down, which is also not going to work. Or maybe it will. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to build over these rocks. These are going to be in the way. So we'll give it a try. So those go in there, and then this comes across to there, and then we need another bend over here, and a bend over there. And then we can put a roller in one side. Let's get the rolling mill in first. Yeah, you see, I can't build it there because of the rocks. I can build it here, but now I'm not going to be able to build the rod maker. And I think it's all being caused by this little piece. Let's take that out. This is also not entirely correct. But if I brought this belt out earlier and I brought it down, it would block my walking path. No, heck, this is temporary anyway. Now you see, I could do this. The rod extruder is way bigger. So, yeah, that is it fits in over here. But, yeah, that's not going to work out for the drop-off, though. And I can't, obviously, put it in here. Not there either. Need to move this setup back. And even if I do, I'm still not sure that's going to work. Right, so I've pulled it one further back. So... this actually doesn't need to be here anymore. This just needs to be a bend. I'll take that out and pop the bend in over here. There we go. Then this can come in. Let's get these machines sorted out. So we need the roller and we need the rod extruder. The rod extruder would be better over here because I don't think it'll fit in here. Yeah, no, it won't. So there. This is still a bit of an issue. But then we have this machine that we can put in over here. And this also needs one of those. So let's get those other belts sorted out. This will need a straight bit going to there. Oh, no, wait, hang on. Yeah, straight bit to there. Or maybe that's supposed to go like that. Yeah, I think it might be. And that can go in there, there. Now you see, this is a problem. I don't think that's going to feed through this rail. And I don't have any other options, really. Not for the space I'm working with. I'll have to fix that. I'll get it right eventually. Oh, who knows? Maybe it'll work. Let's turn the auto miners back on, and we'll see what happens. Alright, here we go. Things are going to start happening now. First ingots are here. We're going to also have to just keep an eye on the copper when that eventually arrives. Okay, so these have been polished. They are... oh my gosh. This is the wrong way around. So we'll take that out and... replace it like that. Good. Easily fixed. And this is not working very well. They're all going in one direction. I want to see what happens if it goes that way. Oh wow, really? Yeah, this is not a good splitter. Okay. I'll grab one of these bars and just dump it in this side so I can see what happens over here. Right now this is kind of working. Yep, and those rods do come out. So I just have to figure out this bit. Maybe it's because it's coming in on a bend. That could be the problem. I'm going to block myself even more. So that, and put the bend in there and there. And then I need to break this piece and those. And then a couple of straight bits there and there. Let's see if that changes it. No, they're still all pushing to one side. Ah, heck. It's the iron rods that I really want. Oh, wait, I got 5 research tickets. Oh, I must have finished that those diamonds. All right, cool. Well, let's go and see what we can research. Okay, so the conveyor splitter, that seems like a good option. That I need 4. The merger is kind of less important right now. I'm going to get this one. Okay, so that's done. Let's see if we can, first of all, go and buy one. Where is it? There it is. Conveyor splitter tier 2. Purchase. Pick it up. And we're going to replace this bit with it. So let's grab it. Where is it? That's the one there, right? Put it over there and then remove this and place this in like that. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, well, it doesn't do it perfectly, but it's better than it was. Oh, that's actually pretty good. It's not a 1-to-1 split, but it splits it. Awesome. Any messes happening? Let's have a look. The rods are coming out and they are going through without an issue. And they are all polished. So that's making good cash. That rod's gone through. Yeah, so far so good. Alright, there's obviously better things that I'll be able to do, but I think I'll use this setup to get all the basic stuff unlocked. Because I've still got 1 ticket, but that means that I can't do the merger. And I think we're going to need the merger for more advanced setups. But hey, we've got a bigger factory now. And it's pumping stuff out. I've actually not seen a copper rod. Do we have copper rods? Is that a thing? Let's go and see. There is... Yes, there are copper rods. Cool, and they do make cash. So we're doing plates and rods. Things are getting polished. It's all looking very nice. Our money is looking great. We're like heading to 50,000. And we are almost halfway to the rod novice. Oh, that splitter is doing some weird stuff over here. But it works. It's doing its thing. Even this copper drop-off is working as it should. Very, very cool. I mean, if I wanted to be even more careful with it, I could do that. And let's see where that lands. Yep, just straight on. That's good. Oh, it's all about making things work a little bit better and more efficiently. But I think what I'm going to be working towards is getting the sorters and the crushers off the ground. I think the smelters on the ground, that should be fine. Smelters and the other machines. How many other machines do we have? If we go in here, it's only the pipe roller that is really a big deal right now. And that means then I'll be splitting the plates. So I might have to have some kind of a balancing system with the splitters and the mergers. But I'm very happy with the way this is working. It's superb. It also means that this belt up top here is currently obsolete. So let's get rid of it until we may need like ingots or something to go in. I'm sure I haven't seen a copper ingot quest as yet, so maybe that'll still happen. I have a lot of space up top. I have space down here. I think that this could actually work if we had a whole bunch on this side up high, a whole bunch of those sorters sorting out everything that needs to go anywhere. Oh, look at that. There's stuff lying on the ground. Then we could, yeah, now put that in and it's choked that little spot for a bit. But yeah, we have the sorters up there and they fall from that height where needed into the crushers, where the crushers are needed. And that is then routed off to an area that does the smelting, which may be at ground level. And then we have all of these other machines doing their bit. You know, all of the rollers and the pipe makers and the polishers. Yeah, this is good. I'm not sure if we're going to need to do the lower level stuff or deliver much of the lower level stuff. Maybe that's the case and we might have to make some adjustments. But the higher level stuff is the stuff that brings more money in, so I'll set up the factory for that. So now, if I get my torch out, the next thing we're going to probably need to do is the gold. Yes. And there's a place for a gold mine right here that could come through this little opening, which will block this opening, but that's okay. What's up here? It's another hole to somewhere else. Oh, it's another potential miner. I could just bring a belt around the corner. Yeah, we'll block off this hole over here, I think. But then we can bring the gold up and add it into our system with the sorters in this area. Lots and lots of potential. I didn't even realize that there was all of this stuff lying on the ground. You know, I'm not going to stress anything out. I'm just going to go and drop it straight into this. Let the delivery happen. Did I hear something drop in here? No, everything that's supposed to be there is still there. And it's not getting clogged much. The sorters seem to work quickly enough. I've got a lot of miners coming into the sorter, and it's handling. I mean, occasionally something will get itself a little bit stuck in the entrance. But no, it's clearing, and yeah, it's fine. It's not a problem. That looks great. I'm still not convinced of how the rod maker funnels onto this belt, but I don't see that any have dropped. Oh wait, there's one that dropped. But it's, I don't know how that dropped. Maybe it was because of me picking it up. Oh, I did finish another quest though. I did finish another quest, so let's hop in here. And this is the next one I want. And I'm going to unlock that. So now we have the splitters, we have the mergers. We're good on that side. Robot grabber. Oh, that's a work in progress, one of the dev items. And I'll have to figure out what I'm going to concentrate on next. I think maybe the scaffolding and then going down to the hopper. Cannon conveyor, that's interesting. That means we can shoot things without actually having to have a conveyor. But the hoppers would be pretty good to feed various belts into other belts. That could be good. But cool, we've made some good progress. We've got lots of cash in the bank. We are on our way to becoming a rod expert. And I could basically just leave this to run now, and it would achieve that target slowly. But the point of everything at the moment is just to make sure that everything is running smoothly, and I'm testing machines to make sure that I'm not overloading them. We fixed up the problem with the smelter from the end of the last episode by splitting it into two. And I might think about putting a splitter in here. But right now, this little junction conveyor thing is working fine. But that's where I'm going to leave this one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. I quite like this game. Very, very interesting. And the cool thing is there's so many different ways to do things. I am going to need lots of space on the floor for these types of machines. I assume that the pipe maker is going to be the same, or the pipe roller. But I mean, other than those, everything else can be up in the sky. Maybe even the smelters, but I think the smelters will probably be at ground level. And in the next episode, I'm going to start working on something a little bit more complicated with the bank of belt sorters. That I think I'm going to probably do on that side because there's space over there. This area here is a little bit too close. I also want to unlock the scaffolding so we can see if maybe we can build stuff on scaffolding. But I don't know. Maybe if we can, we've got a lot of extra space up top that we can use. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, cheers!